Hi my lovelies, take 6 unfortunately. I'm not sure if I'm ever going to get this reading uploaded to YouTube or onto Tumblr, but we will give it another go. I've just been interrupted for the 5th time, so this is take 6. I'm going to stay calm and I'm going to try to get this done and out for you today. I am determined to get this done and out for you today. So as I have said 5 times over, this will be the 6th time. The Holly King flew out of the deck, and that means that collectively people are generally looking for a different way of being, a more spiritual way of being. They are in search of something else, something to enhance their lives. This will help to raise the vibration of the planet. So light workers, tarot readers, anybody that's come here to teach about love and looking deeper into the spiritual aspects of life, they're already feeling that. There's lots of planetary movements. I've decided not to do astrological signs. I'm going to be doing general readings, and I'm going to try to get them out at least once a week. So bear with me. This is a general reading. It's not for everybody. There may be bits and pieces that you can take that mean a lot to you, and there may be stuff in here that doesn't. So take what is relevant to your life and leave the rest to the universe. So as I said, the Holly King came out, so I'm thinking about the Holly King and using him as the base and the foundation. I will refer back to that as we're reading. So the first card that I pulled for you guys was the Harvest, which means you've sowed seeds in the past and now you're looking at your harvest, you're admiring what you've done. This can be around family, it can be around work, it can be around a new relationship, it can be around an old relationship that you're working hard on, it can be around your job and promotions, but it means that there's going to be a good harvest, celebration, reaping rewards from your hard work. And then your challenge card is the Four of Wands. Now, initially when I saw this, I thought, how on earth can you tell people they've got this wonderful card and then go and tell them not to celebrate? And I clearly got a message at number 3 saying it's not about not celebrating, it's about pacing yourself and making sure that the celebrations don't interfere with your harvest. So by all means, go and celebrate, pace yourself, try not to down 2 bottles of cider at once, it'll make you sick. Yeah, so that's your challenge, is to pace yourself. And if you're not used to pacing yourself, I know that that can be a massive challenge. So take it easy, guys. So your foundation card is the 6 of Thames, which is a balance card. It is a nice card. It is, for some of you, it will be a foundation that is a solid but fluid foundation, which means that you flow rather than your foundation flows. For other people, it will mean that your foundation is shifting and that you're going to be moving away, maybe moving away from home and creating your own foundation. There's definitely some movement for some people, but for others it won't be a physical movement, it will be a spiritual movement, or it will be a mental movement, but there is definitely some sort of shift in your foundation. So I then pulled the Sun as moving out of into your past. Now remember, this is a collective reading, And when I pulled the Three of Wands, the message that I got was about the UK's exit from Europe. And when I looked at this, I was really shocked, because I'm just going to let the UK government do what they're going to do. They're messing it up anyway. We'll just have to mop up what's left over. But what I'm clearly seeing is that the collective is looking across seas, or have been looking across seas, for that business, for that way of being collectively with other countries to bring in business. And what I'm seeing is that is now passing through. And I know the Sun card is with it, but I clearly felt that as a country, the UK in particular, I'm not saying this isn't happening for other countries as well with your own issues, but particularly with the UK, I'm feeling that it's going to be okay. Although these are moving through and into the past, when I'm coming round to the other cards, clearly we've got a new beginning going on here. So I don't want people to get hung up on this. It is a collective. It's not an individual reading. For some of you, it could be that you're leaving the family home for the first time and going abroad. It could be that you're leaving a relationship and things are taking you further away from your comfort zone, and that's what's moving into the past for you. So then I'm going to move on to the things that are in your head, your thoughts, your feelings, and what's immediately happening around you. So we ended up with the King of Athames and the Page of Pentacles. Now, they came out together, and I decided to leave them together because I felt very strongly that these two cards are connected. The King of Athames is about law and study, and he's very studious, he's very methodical, he finds his way through paperwork and contracts and all that kind of stuff. And then you've got the Page of Pentacles, which is messages coming in, but it's also around craftsmanship, it's around apprenticeship, it's around moving on from that apprenticeship to other things. So what I'm seeing here is collectively there is a massive surge for many people to move in, to learn new crafts, to learn new ways of dealing with things, maybe going self-employed, maybe moving into a whole new industry, which would mean that you would need contracts, you would need to sign up for certain things. You can't have a new industry or a new way of working without having the contracts in place, or at least legal advice in place. So I'm going to come back to the verifying cards in a minute. So over the next 6 months, you've got the Ten of Wands, which is the end of something coming full circle. It's also the card of being overburdened. Put some of those sticks down. You will get to the standing stones. They're not far away from you, but I distinctly got the feeling that you was picking up miles too much of other people's energies, other people's problems. Try to just stick with your own problems. It's one thing walking beside somebody and getting them to help themselves. It's another thing you gathering up their sticks and your sticks and carrying those together. So the clarifiers for the Page of Pentacles was the Four of Pentacles, and I was like, oh, hold on a second, what the hell's going on here? And the Four of Pentacles indicates that there is money around, the bills are being paid, you're able to buy in the stuff that you love to have around you, but you're behind closed doors, you're keeping yourselves to yourselves. And this may be because there's been some hurt, or it may be that there's been somebody around you that has been a bit deceitful and that you're holding on to your money for some reason. That doesn't have to be a bad reason. It could be to do with the fact that you are thinking of this new future, this contract, what you need to move on from your apprenticeship to bring in this new way of working. So the Four of Pentacles is a balance card. It does mean that there is finances there. You just need to search it out. And it could be that the King of Athames is going to be the legal person that helps you find that money. So there's lots of different scenarios there for various different people. So the Ten of Wands, I also pulled a verifier out of that because I sat here looking at it thinking, oh, I don't want to give people the 6 months of absolute burdens. And then I pulled out the Page of Wands, which for me is a magical card. It's a nice card. It's saying that there is a new beginning. You definitely need to get those wands down to 1. So start sorting through what you can sort through immediately. Give back people their own problems so they can sort their own stuff out. And just follow your heart's desires. There is magic there to be had. If you want it, you can cast the spell and the new beginnings will begin. Manifest what it is that you want and it will come to you. So I then asked for advice from the archangels, and this is where it turned off when we got to the 9 of Michael. So let's give it another try and see if the archangels are okay with me giving this message this time. So we got 8 of Gabriel. A great deal of activity, sudden, immediate results, important communication. Your worry is unnecessary of 9 of Michaels. Focus on your thoughts on the outcome you desire, which again is the manifestation. Release feelings of regret, guilt or worry to your angels. So basically, let all of that burden stuff go. Let it go. Let it pass through. Put those sticks down. Let's see a new beginning. Ace of Gabriel, which is another new beginning. A gift of passion, opportunity and inspiration, which would go back to the 3 cards. The chance to do something amazing. A sense of wonder. Oh my goodness, the collective. What on earth is going on for all of us? I'm going to ask Gaia for some guidance. Now this is the Gaia deck. I don't think I've showed you the other deck, so let's do a deck check-in before we ask for guidance. This is the Gaia deck. I bought this from a friend who has a shop. Absolutely beautiful deck. This was the Archangel deck where we got the 3 cards from. And this is the deck that I use to do the general readings. This is the Greenwich Tarot. So anybody who's had a reading from me in the past will know that that's what I use and how many cards I pull, even for free readings, which I do on Tumblr on occasions to thank people for following me. So let's ask Gaia. Gaia, can we have some guidance for the collective, please? Cute. Have some guidance for the collective, please. Any more advice from Gaia, please? Okay. So, wow, Winter's End, which is regeneration, rebirth, positive outcome. This card tells us that collectively winter has finished. We're stepping back into the light. We are feeling rejuvenated. We are looking at positive outcomes, positive ways forward. However, not to put a dampener on it, we have the apprehension card. Now, I get this a lot with teenagers who have just finished their A-levels and they're about to go to university. It's moving out into the world with doubt and fear. And what this card tells you is it's the natural way of things. Moving out into the world shouldn't be a fearful and doubtful time. It should be a time of celebration, of finding your way. And I feel collectively that many countries and many people at the moment are having doubts and fears because they are worried about what is going on in the world. So on the one hand, we are coming out into the light because of the Holly King and what he represents, but there is still a lot of doubt and fear around the collective as a general role. So we're now going to move on to messages from the fairies. Oh, that came out pretty quick. And don't forget, again, this is a general collective reading. Take what resonates. Okay. So, whom do you need to forgive? So this, again, for the collective. Take it if it resonates. If it doesn't, leave it in the universe. As you release old anger or resentment, you will find that your wishes will come true. Your desire is within reach. So I'm going to go back to the original reading. It's there if you want it. Have faith. Everything is working out in your favour. Wow. Wow. That's amazing. So let's just get an angel card. Angels. Can we have a card for the collective for the week ahead, please? We have a card for the collective. I did say one, but I think there's two. There is two. Okay. So we have Ascension. Wow. So this is finding your spiritual self, your spiritual way, a higher being, and accepting that the universe has got more things to teach you than you ever thought that you could be taught. And this is about your inner self. This is about the inner workings, the spiritual workings. And then it's got, I am beautiful. And collectively, I think that as human beings, we buy into what other people see as beautiful, the outer shell, but not the beauty within that emanates, that makes you who you are, the essence of you. So hold on to that, because everybody, without exception, are beautiful beings. We are all unique. There is no carbon copies of us. So hold on to that for the week. That's a beautiful, beautiful couple of thoughts for the week. So we're going to finish this reading on a Blessed Bee card, if it will give us one. So can I have a card for the blessings for the collective for the week ahead? Okay, I've got two. Again, seems to be a lot of twos. So a blessing for resolution. So the stuff that's moving out and the stuff that's coming in, we're looking for a resolution to finalise what it is that we need to do to move forward. And there we have it again. Blessings on a journey. Now this could be a physical journey, a spiritual journey, a mental journey, but nevertheless a journey. So there we have it. Lots of movement, lots of new ways of being, lots of contracts. Make sure you look at the contracts, read them. Don't go and sign things without making sure that you are doing the right thing for yourself. And just celebrations, go and really enjoy yourself. Just make sure that you can get home safe and that don't overindulge too much. Thanks a lot everybody for coming to the channel, and I'll see you again next weekend. Bye bye for now. Blessed be.